Hey, this is Gary from 3Bug Media, and today we're going to talk about how ranking factors work and how web pages get ranked high in the search engines. So this is going to be a basic overview, and when you're finished, you'll have a better understanding of how you can get content on your site and get it ranked so it ranks at the top of the search engines. Okay, so before we start, it's important to understand when it comes to the search engines, there are over 200 different factors that Google, we're going to talk about Google mostly here, that Google takes into account when they determine how web pages are going to rank in the search engine results. So a lot of factors, only Google knows the exact science behind it. But over the years, the experts in the SEO industry have been able to figure out with a lot of accuracy what those factors are and how much weight they carry. So we're able to have a pretty good window into what factors Google uses when they determine how a web page is going to rank, okay? Probably one of the most important things is your domain age and authority. So if your website has been in your industry and it's been up online for over 10 years, you have lots of content, you have lots of links, and it's kind of an authoritative site, you're going to carry a lot of weight in the search engine. So think of like the New York Times. New York Times publishes an article. It's not surprising if they rank #1 in the search engine that same day for that article, even though there's hundreds of articles that cover the same thing. Why is that? Because their authority in the eyes of the search engine is so high, they get a lot of leeway and a lot of credit for their content before it's even evaluated on there, because they have such a strong reputation, as opposed to if you're just starting a blog and you publish the same article, you'd wind up on page 100 in Google and have to work your way up and fight your way to the top of the search engine results. So your domain age and authority play a big role in how pages rank, okay? That doesn't mean you need an high authority domain in order to get a page ranked. It just makes it easier and you get the benefit of the doubt from the search engines as to the quality of your content, okay? When it comes to SEO, I like to break it down into 3 things: TLC, technical, links, and content. And all of these 200 plus ranking factors all fall into one of these 3 categories that we're going to talk about right now. So the first one is technical. And technical are things like site speed, metadata, microdata formatting, crawlability of your website. It basically wants to know, is your website easy to navigate and use as a user? And is it easy to navigate and understand as a search engine? Because they look at your website differently. A person comes to your site, looks at it visually. A search engine looks at it from more of a code stand base. So your website may look great, but maybe the code's a mess and the search engine's having a hard time crawling your website and understanding what the content is on your site, or maybe not even be able to crawl certain pages on your site. And that all affects your indexability in the search engines and your ranking factors, okay? So you need a nice, fast website. You need to make it easy to crawl, and you need to provide a good user experience for people coming to your site, and you'll get rewarded for that. The next one is links. Now, links is still the most important ranking factor when it comes to SEO and ranking at the top of the search engine results. So there's over 200 factors, but links is still the single strongest factor that you can have. And why is that? Well, the search engines look at it more like kind of a referral. So if the New York Times links back to your website, they take that, since the New York Times has such high authority, they take that as a really strong referral, and they'll give you a lot of credit for that, as opposed to maybe a local blogger linking back to your site, which is great. It just doesn't carry the same weight. So getting links back to your website, and more importantly, getting authoritative links back to your website and industry-related links and things like that, over time, that will help push your pages up in the search engine results, okay? Last one is content. So you always hear the same thing from all these different marketing sites, social media sites, like content is king. Well, it is. Content is very important, but content alone doesn't make up SEO. You still need technical and links in order to make up a comprehensive SEO program, okay? So think of content as each page that you create on your site, whether that's a blog post, a service page, a location page, anything, is an opportunity to rank in the search engines for that topic. So typically with SEO, what you want to do is each page wants to be one topic, and that's the page, that's the topic that you're going to try to rank that page for. And each page becomes a doorway to your website. So the more doors you can create for your website, the more opportunities there are for people to come and find your website. Okay, that's why websites that have a lot of content, hundreds or thousands of articles, really active blogs, tend to get lots of traffic, because they have so many doors opened up to their website. There's so many ways for people to find their content. Okay, now with content being king, it's definitely very important, but content alone isn't going to get you to the top of the search engine results unless you're in a very, very low, competitive niche, or the page that you're trying to rank is such a crazy, outlandish term that nobody else even makes a page for that. Then it might be easy for you, but you need to create the content in order to be able to participate and try to get that page ranked, but you need links in order to push it up to the top of the search engines. And the technical parts, you need to make it easy to crawl, a good user experience, things like that. And once you have all three of these together, that's going to position that whatever page you created and you're trying to rank in the best possible chance to rank at the top of the search engine results. Okay? And all of these things come down to your competition. Okay, so if you're in a very low competition niche, or you're only trying to target a very small neighborhood in your city or something like that, your competition may not be as strong. So maybe you only need to create the content, and maybe you can rank at the top of the search engine. So maybe you're, red shoes in, Pensacola, Florida, or something like that. Maybe you create a page about red shoes in Pensacola, Florida, and it's easy to rank because nobody else makes that page, okay? But if, say, you're a real estate agent in Pensacola, Florida, and you're trying to rank for a real estate agent in Pensacola, Florida, I can guarantee you just creating the content, just creating the page for it isn't going to get you ranked on the first page of Google, because there's too much competition, both from local real estate agents and from national competitors as well, okay? So you need all three of these, and your competition determines in how well you need to execute all three of these in order to rank at the top of the search engine results. So if you're a lawyer, you're probably going to need to be very good at this because it's a lot of competition, but maybe some other industries aren't as competitive, where you can do these things okay and still do very well in the search engine results. Okay, so I hope this gave you a little overview of how web pages get ranked in the search engines, and think of your website as a whole kind of authoritative unit. But when it comes to ranking in the search engines, it's each individual page ranks for that search term. So each page needs to be able to fight and get rankings for whatever search term that you're trying to go for. Okay, so if you want to learn more, you can go to 3bugmedia.com. Okay, thank you very much, and have a good day.